Howdy guys, it's that time of year again, and I'm going to be working on these videos alongside my few remaining demos for the next month or two as we go into the 4th. This is my first year utilizing this brand new mic that I'm currently holding. I got this as a gift, and so I want to let you guys let me know what you think. Is this better? Is it worse than what I did last year? Let's go ahead and get started with this. So the first video that I have for this year actually ties into my most recent demo that has been posted. I now have videos of all three of these cheap Phantom Fireworks Intergalactic series fountains, and I felt that these would make for a nice review. A lot of you guys are working with budgets, as am I, and to say the least, these three fountains are excellent for budgets, if they remain $3.99, which they probably will. Now, these fountains are most comparable, in my opinion, to a fountain called Orchid from TNT. Orchid retails for $6.99 and is a great show starter. One thing you'll notice about Orchid when you compare them to these is that Orchid, the actual assembly of the fountain, like the cardboard on Orchid, is taller. However, it's about the same diameter. Now, don't let size in fireworks fool you. I think people have been saying this for years. I mean, it's been a topic of distress with assortment. I didn't find a better word for that. With assortments for years, that fireworks manufacturers take this big old box and just put one fountain in it. So as you'll see here, these have two tubes in them. Orchid only actually has one. So, like I said, it's amazing how the big fountains in assortment are 1 tube, but they manage to fit two little of these tubes, and they're actually fairly powerful, into these little tiny fireworks. So there's no excuse for that other than, well, firework companies are greedy. Each one of these fountains lasts about 20 seconds. I'd say each tube is about 10 seconds. So now, let's go ahead and look at the performance of these items by calling back to my demos from this past year. So to start here, we have a fountain called Beaming Lights, and it actually does start with lights, as in the name, and then it goes into this weak crackle that's a little bit deceiving, and then right here, it ramps it up, and it totally surprised me. You'll actually even hear me chuckle at the end of this, because I was surprised at how powerful this little firework was. Next up, we got Cosmic Encounter, and this is roughly the same performance as before. It starts with these little lights. The difference between this one and Beaming Lights is that Cosmic Encounter tosses a little bit of green in there. You'll see the green, look at the base. There's a little bit of green in there, and it keeps that awesome crackle. However, it is a little bit of a trade-off that you get the green in exchange for a little bit off of that crackle. Last one, we got Nova Blast. And this one starts with an effect you really don't see much in non-expensive fountains, is Willow. But instead of having that kind of mid-tier crackle in between the finishing crackle, it just goes straight into its final stage with the crackle. And this crackle is a little bit on the weaker side when compared to Beaming Lights and Cosmic Encounter. So the way we're going to round this up is that I've ranked these fountains, and the top one, which is Beaming Lights, is going to be the best buy in my opinion. The middle one is also a great buy. In fact, all of these fountains really are great buys. If you like Willow like I do, that Nova Blast that's third is going to be a good buy for you. Cosmic Encounter, like mentioned, it trades a little bit of the awesome crackle you get from Beaming Lights and adds a little bit more color in there. But if you just want the crackle and you don't really care much about the color, get Beaming Lights. That is going to be a must-have this year if you're on a budget. Absolute must-have. So I ranked them in this order. However, like I said, all three of these fountains are going to probably be great buys this year, assuming they don't raise the price too much. I can't imagine they will. They might. Firework prices have a habit of being surprising. I think I will probably be picking up a few Beaming Lights, to say the least. These fountains would make a nice show starters, actually, if you tied all of them together. Because, like, the key to starting a show is to show something powerful, but it can't be too powerful, because then your audience might get bored in the show in between your finale. So, Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this mic, and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy Pyro Season.